there have been some terrible tweets today, but I gotta give the gold medal for the worst 4th of July tweet to Ben & Jerry's. So, the overpriced ice cream company tweeted the following. This 4th of July, it's high time we recognize that the U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it. Learn more and take action now. Sketchy link below. And then they have a picture that pretty much says the same thing, because why not say twice? And if you still don't get the point, sign in front of firework. This is stolen land. And yes, it did get brutally ratioed for this tweet. And one of my favorite responses was from Joseph Massey. First, you need to apologize to the millions of cows you milked without consent. By the way, if you're curious, Ben & Jerry's is located in Waterbury, Vermont, which used to be occupied by the Abenaki and Mohican tribes. So I assume Ben & Jerry's will be surrendering its land first.
Just a moment ago, take a look at this. A federal judge says the Biden administration may have violated the First Amendment during the pandemic by censoring social media posts. Justice correspondent David Spunt reports live from the D.C. newsroom. David, what can you tell us?
Hi, Jillian. This is a temporary injunction, not a final ruling. However, this temporary injunction could have major implications on free speech. It came down today on a federal holiday from a federal judge in Louisiana. Judge Terry Doughty blocked officials and agencies in the Biden administration from communicating with social media companies, think Facebook, Google, Twitter, about the topic of protected speech. Judge Doughty is based on a prior lawsuit brought by Republican attorneys general in Louisiana and Missouri. He ruled on that. Among other complaints, the attorneys general say the Biden administration overreached its authority during the height of the COVID pandemic when they tried to convince social media companies to address, in some case, take down posts on platforms that could contribute to vaccine hesitancy. Now, according to Judge Doughty, quote, the plaintiffs, meaning the attorneys general, have presented substantial evidence in support of their claims that they were the victims of a far-reaching and widespread censorship campaign. This court finds that they are likely to succeed on the merits of their First Amendment free speech claim against the defendants being the Biden administration. Now the administration, as have administrations in recent years, developed close relationships, Jillian, with social media companies. Sometimes those relationships are hot and cold, depending on the topic, but the administration, also the independent FBI and DOJ, are in frequent contact with these social media companies, especially covering the DOJ. I see it with fentanyl and other types of trafficking. They reach out frequently to these social media companies. We'll have to see how that all plays into the future now that this judge has ruled this injunction. Now, it reached out to DOJ a little while ago. Got an email back, DOJ officially declining to comment. And again, this is not a final ruling, but it's clear the judge is leaning in a specific way. Jillian.
And we're here for one simple reason. President Biden needs to consider using the 14th Amendment if necessary. The entire GOP debt ceiling negotiation is a sad charade. And that's exactly what's wrong in Washington. We're playing with the livelihoods of millions just so the GOP can just turn the screws against hungry Americans. This is the whole reason why the 14th Amendment exists. We need to be prepared to be using it. Again, remember, say that again. We must be prepared in order to use it.
Oh my God. Staples actually sells staples.
That's my favorite.
It's reality.
That's why I like TikTok so much. And like, I'm sorry if you don't like TikTok, sign up today. Give up your information a little bit. That's fine. The Chinese, what are they going to do with it? But you get videos like this.
Oh my God. Staples actually sells staples.
You're not into the shorts at all?
Oh, I mean,
and I don't mean her shorts. I mean
her shorts. I thought you were talking about her shorts. Yes, I'm definitely into her shorts.
YouTube shorts.
I mean, is it the same kind of thing?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Oh my God. Staples actually sells staples.
I could pause it all day long and play it all day long.
Too funny.
So much to talk about today. There was cocaine found in the White House.
Big shock there.
I think was Hunter over? Did he like a sleepover at the White House?
4th of July party.
Yeah, it was a big fireworks display.
That's right.
It was funny because I heard the story over the weekend and I tried to look it up today. And let's see, no ABC story had it, no CBS news outlet had it, Fox News had it. All the Fringe
has it, Newsy or whatever.
The liberal media didn't have the story at that time about. Now I heard it 3 days ago or 2 days ago or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was even yesterday. It doesn't matter. But I heard it long before, and before I searched it, I couldn't find it. Now everybody's got it all of a sudden.
Sure. Well, because they didn't do a good enough job of hiding it, so now it's out there.
Because they're actually asking questions. The media was asking questions today at the White House.
That's right.
And they refused to answer anything. Oh, it's in a high traffic area. Ask somebody else about it. It's a Secret Service thing.
Yeah, okay.
Why they hired that black lesbian to get up there and talk, I have no idea. I mean, I'm only saying it that way because that's what they described her as, and that's why they hired her, because she's fantastic. But she doesn't say a damn thing. All she does is say, somebody else has that story. Somebody else will take care of it. If you have any questions, call somebody else.
Well, was Raggedy Ann any better?
No, we'll circle back.
Yeah, what's her name? Psaki?
Psaki.
Yeah, Jen Psaki. I always called her Raggedy Ann because she looked like, with the red hair, she looked like Raggedy Ann.
So, but she was terrible too. I don't know. And then this story came out today about the White House was obviously colluding with social media. Shocker, to take down posts about the C word. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, and I
think we can say COVID now. And you know what? If we can't, fuck them. Take it off YouTube then.
Literally, the story is out there that they colluded with social media to take down posts about COVID, mask efficiency, whatever you want to call it, and the vaccines and all that kind of stuff. And they took down stuff, and it was against the First Amendment.
Sure. Dude, we had over on YouTube for Classic Metal Show, we had over 20 videos taken down when we talked about COVID. 20. 20 hours of talk taken away.
I mean, this show was flagged numerous times over ideas or thoughts. God forbid you have a thought of your own.
Yeah.
And so I'm hesitant to even bring it up now, but I mean, it is what it is. There's this. I played the story. That's the problem that social media has, is even when you present facts and say, here's the actual story.
Yeah.
Here's the facts of the story. They still take it down.
Well, the problem is now, if they don't like the facts, they'll say, well, what's the source? And your source there was Fox News, so therefore it's bad.
I guess, but it's everywhere. I guess I should have picked a different source.
You should have found Morning Joe's version of the story or something like that. Then you'd be okay.
And the laptop, yeah. They also pushed the laptop story.
What laptop? I didn't know there was a laptop.
Yeah, there is no laptop. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I watched the news. I never heard about a laptop.
Good afternoon, Seth and Chris. Glad to be here today with you. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend.
Well,
How was your weekend? Was it fun? Did you do anything great yesterday on the 4th of July?
No, worked.
See, I didn't bother you.
No one did.
For the first time
nice.
ever. Huh?
It was nice. No one did.
For the first time ever, I didn't call you. I didn't do it. I sent you a text.
Yeah.
That was it.
I didn't even get a text from my mom saying happy 4th of July or nothing. It was all quiet, and I loved it. I literally worked all day and watched a season and a half of. I'm just stuck in the mob world. Yeah. There's a show on Hulu for anybody that has Hulu. I think it's on like Epics, or I think that has a new name too. Everybody is sold all of a sudden, so it's not like Epics anymore. I think it's MGM plus minus or something. But whatever it is, the show is called Godfather of Harlem, which stars Vincent D'Onofrio and Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
It is fantastic for people that like mob stuff. Oh my God. It's about the 5 families It's sort of based in truth, but they admit that they made stuff up. It's about the 5 families, and it's about Bumpy Johnson, who was kind of like the black leader of the gangland in Harlem at that time,
Right.
that worked with the mob. And it's about Malcolm X because he had a close relationship with Malcolm X. It is a fantastic, fantastic series for anybody that's looking for something cool to watch and likes the mafia stuff. And since I'm still having a little bit of Francis hangover, I'm still stuck in the mafia a little bit. And I did yesterday. I must have watched 12 hours of that show yesterday.
I gotta get into something. I've been so busy for the past week. My wife had off for the past week.
Right.
Week and a half, actually. So we've been doing nothing but like Doordashing and going out and doing stuff. And, I haven't been home at all.
Right.
Which I guess is kind of nice.
Sure.
Because, I don't get out very much when she is working. I'm just kind of stuck here.
Sure.
So it was nice to get out of the house a little bit. But it was really nice today to kind of wake up and go, yeah, I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I can sit around and I'll get dressed when I feel like getting dressed. And
Yeah. I'm with you, dude. I hope. I don't want to say I would never, but I hope to never have to go back to a job again. Because I can't even imagine getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning every stupid day, putting on my stupid clothes to make me look right for whatever office I'm going to, so I could sit in a cubicle and answer phones or run people's lives or whatever it would be. No thanks.
See, I wouldn't mind. It depends on what the job is, I guess. I was never a cubicle guy. I had a cubicle at the radio station at one point.
Yeah.
And one of the bosses came in and said, "Do you really need a cubicle?" I said, "Well, yeah, like I have pictures of my family up there and stuff."
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, I don't think you need one though." I said, "Well, I was given one, so I'd like to keep one. It has pictures and stuff, and I go sit there at times to look at research stuff and everything else. And I don't think you need one." Okay, well, thank you. And then he took it.
Then they gave it to someone else.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. No, I did the cubicle thing for a while, and might have been the worst 10 years of my life. I hated sitting in a cubicle and having people walk behind you and just looking in to see what you're doing. It's like, you know what? Go away. Just go away. The job will get done if you leave me alone.
iHeart decided that they were going to get rid of the actual "thank you for dressing for the show."
Who, me or you?
Both, I guess.
Yeah. I've got my "Do MILFs Not Drugs" shirt on, so.
I got my Mickey shirt on.
There you go.
iHeart decided they were going to do like this progressive thing, like where they got rid of like actual cubicles like with the box shapes and stuff, where people were like kind of like inside these little cubicles.
Yeah.
So they made these little pod kind of things, so everything was open.
Right.
So there were still cubicle spaces where each person had their own separate desk, but you could see everybody as you walked around. They could see you sitting at the table and all that kind of stuff. They had the desk thing that you could stand up and do your work instead of sitting down. It was very progressive and fucking retarded, to be honest with you. It was stupid.
Nobody got any work done, right?
Nobody got any work done because they're all sitting there talking. And then they decided they're going to eliminate half the people anyways. So then all you had was these empty desks just sitting there. Just
Sure.
dumb. And it was more work for people to create than it was for people to actually have fun doing.
Right. Yeah, the cubicle thing is definitely outdated, but it's still, I think you'd rather have a cubicle than a small, like the half. Have you seen the half cubicle thing?
Yeah.
That, I can't even imagine. I would be constantly looking up to see if the other person is looking at me. The person that you're sharing the half wall with or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a big cubicle guy.
Yeah, dude, did you ever see the show? There was a show on Apple TV called Severance.
No.
It's a weird thing, and I won't get into all of it, but there was 4 of them in a room, and they sat at a crisscross, like a 4-way cubicle.
Yeah.
But it didn't have any height at all. It was literally like the height of a coffee cup.
Yeah.
So the guys just ended up doing no work and spending all their time staring at each other. It was the dumbest shit ever. I was like, and this is what they're going to in the real world? That's crazy.
Natalie was at her daughter Jennifer's for a cookout. Went to some Scott's for fireworks. Had a great day.
That's good.
Cookout. So that was good. Good for her. Good.
Good.
We didn't do anything like barbecue wise or family wise. Nothing
either.
like that.
Me either. I mean,
I didn't do
nothing.
anything firework wise. I mean, there's other than sitting on a patio and listening to the fireworks. Couldn't see him because it's all wooded back here, so I couldn't really.
Dude, even that's more than I did. I am telling you, I went hermit style. I just disappeared for a day and got out of everybody's life because, as you're well aware, I'm always on the phone. Always. Yeah. During the day, I probably log, in an 8-hour day, I probably log 7 hours of phone calls. So I don't get a ton of work done. So to have a day where I could just close the door and turn the TV up real loud and not answer a phone all day long, oh my God. That was like the first time walking into a brothel. Oh.
Nice. The one thing I did realize is that over the course of my time being outside with the public is that people don't do their fucking jobs anymore. They just don't. Nobody does their jobs. Mm-mm. Like it was insane to sit there and go to like different stores. I went to an ice cream place the other day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now it's a frozen yogurt place,
right? Because
I wanted to eat low fat, no sugar, kind of whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's called ice cream at that point,
right?
But the kind where you walk in. I'll just say the name of the place. It was a Sweet Frog. You ever been to one of those?
I've never been to it. No.
And so you go in. There's a wall of dispensary things, so you can pull down which flavor you want, put your cup, fill it up, and then put all your toppings on. Then you weigh it, and you pay whatever to the cashier that's sitting there. Now, this broad that was sitting there, I'm not going to make fun of her for anything, but other than the fact that she doesn't know how to do a damn job.
Mm-hmm.
So we fill up her ice cream, whatever, and my wife wants this peanut butter sauce, so it's in a bottle.
Right.
And she's squeezing the bottle, and nothing's coming out of it. Nothing but like fart noises and stuff like that.
Right.
So, I mean, there's obviously nothing left in the damn bottle of peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
And so my wife is desperately shaking this bottle, trying to get, looks really bad what I'm doing, but she was desperately just trying to get the stuff out of there.
Yeah.
And the girl looks at her and goes, "Yeah, I meant to fill that earlier." Now, the appropriate response would be, "Ma'am, hang on. I see that's out of peanut butter. I'll happily go back to the back and get you another bottle. Or
let me take care of that for you." Right.
Let me take care of that.
Sure.
No, it was, you could give me the empty bottle. And it never did anything. So my wife now has 3 little squirts of this stupid peanut butter sauce on her ice cream. And then we pay for this. And then she has the nerve to ask for a tip. After the fact. Yeah, a tip. So
wait a minute, you walk in and you make the sundae. And then they want you to tip them?
Yeah, they have like one of those things where you put your card in, and then the card has a screen, and it says, "How much tip do you want to leave?"
For what?
Well, that's what I was saying. On top of that, she didn't do her job when it came down to.
But even if she did
do something,
even if she did, what was the whole interaction with you? If she had done her job, would have been what, to hand you a bowl or a cone or something?
No, she didn't have to touch anything because we put it on the scale ourselves.
So why would you have to tip her?
I don't know, for refilling the toppings, I guess.
Get out of here.
And literally, when there was no peanut butter, she had one job to do, and that's go back and get an extra bottle. Decided not to do that.
Sure.
So then later...
Dude, they're all a mess. Go ahead, finish yours, because I got one to match, because that happened to me just the other day.
Tipping is out of control, too. We'll get into that. But
yeah.
So then later that night, we decided, okay, we've been out all day, we've been working, and we're going to get some dinner and go home. Now, a lot of places were closed yesterday. Because of the holiday. So we had one bar that was happening to be open. I even called earlier to see if they were open for dinner. It's close to the house. We can get some food and go home.
Yeah.
And so I ordered what I wanted, and I ordered a side of tater tots or some crap. I'm sorry, sir, we're out of those. So, okay, well then I'll take this. I'm sorry, sir, we're out of that. Okay, well, what do you have for the side? All right, I'll take that. Then I said my wife would like a salad. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, we're out of lettuce. I said, okay. Then she wants the buffalo chicken wrap. And she goes, well, that comes with lettuce too, so we're out of that.
Unbelievable.
Well, okay, Heather, what do you want? She's like, just give me an order of wings. I just want to go home. I said, okay. So I ordered the wings. And she goes, no, I'm sorry, we're out of those. We have boneless only. I said to the lady, you know what? what do you have on the menu? I called earlier to make sure that you had a kitchen that was open.
Yeah.
And now you have nothing that we want.
Right.
If there's nothing there to eat, then close the kitchen. I said, you know what? We'll go somewhere else. And thank God there was a Subway that was open down the street.
Sure. Dude, look at Rick in the chat here. Look at this. Went to one of those pickup only Pizza Huts and they had a tip jar.
Yeah.
For what? Now, so dude, I had on Monday after the show and after the Chris Aiken Presents after it, I had a late night delivery set up with Walmart because as I've told many times, I do not go to stores.
Right.
Like for any reason, I do not go to stores. So I get all my groceries and stuff sent to me. So my son and I, we had really let everything run down to like, you know how, remember when you were a bachelor and you would run everything down to where you'd have like one burrito in the freezer and
hell yeah.
You know, a lot of half-drank bottles of water and stuff like that. You know, we were down to it. So we ordered a big load of groceries, you know, from Walmart. It was like, I don't know, $220, $230 or something. Pretty big, large order of groceries, right? Shit was supposed to come at like 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock rolls. Me and my son, we aren't paying any attention to the door. But I don't know if you've ever ordered from the grocery store, like your groceries or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they just drop them off, they shoot you a text or an email.
Yeah.
That just says, hey, your stuff's been delivered. And you know, because you do Doordash, that's usually when everybody gets up and goes over and gets their stuff.
Yes.
Well, we were not paying it. Usually we'll meet them at the door, especially with the groceries, because you want to make sure you get all your groceries. But on this one occasion, neither one of us was paying attention or whatever. So they left them at the door. Or so we thought. My son goes to the door. Could not have been 2 minutes after the text arrived. There's no groceries. Now, there's a lot of groceries. $220, $30 worth of groceries.
Right.
There's nothing there except a box of Pampers. Which, obviously, that is not needed here.
No, you don't need that.
You know, so, you're not, if it was $10, I might just eat it. You know, I might just reorder it and not even go, because it's a hassle. But $230, it's a hassle I'm having.
Yes.
So I go through the hassle of it. Of course, there's no phone call to call and just say, hey, call your driver. They brought the wrong order, which is obviously what happened. They just dropped off the wrong order. No, I can't do that. So I have to do it through an automated bot on the website, which took 45 minutes. To which they said, well, we're going to refund your money, but it's going to be 7 to 10 days.
7, of course.
7 to 10 days.
No.
And I'm like, all right, I'm thankful that I have more money that I can reorder my groceries. But what would they do for the person that literally lives paycheck to paycheck?
Yeah.
And can't eat now for a week? You know, if you were down to your last $50 or something, and they took $200 and held it, and you didn't get your groceries, you're screwed.
What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, and that could be really, really, really screwing somebody. And I just was like, damn, thank God I'm not in that situation. And I spent most of my life in that situation. So, you know, most of my life, them holding $200, they might as well have been holding $10 zillion because it was everything I had.
Yeah, I mean, if that happened to us and numerous times in our lives, that we absolutely would have been screwed. I don't know what we would have done.
Dude, I can remember when I was much younger, I can remember purposely writing bad checks, but spacing them out so that I knew when I would get paid to cover the fees.
Right.
And I'd be like, well, you know, and then I would go crazy instead of going to like Giant Eagle or something.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to get a $35 charge, well, I'm going to go to Sam's Club and I'm going to buy $450 worth of groceries. I'm going to buy as much as I can so that I can, you know, if I'm going to pay $35 extra, I'm going to get a lot for that $35.
Yeah, we used to do that. There were times, definitely, when we were struggling, and we would write a check, and because I knew that they would take a check, and they didn't check the account before they just took the check. And so on the day before payday, and there was nothing. I mean, we were like,
Yeah.
we need food. We got
Right.
nothing at home. We're gonna write this check at this little buy right store that we go to, and
Sure.
and know that they're not going to cash it or check it until tomorrow,
Right.
because tomorrow the money will be there.
Right.
But
Try to get to
right
know
now.
and try to get to know the clerk and say, "Hey, can you hold that one till tomorrow?"
Yeah.
I'm
They put a
laughing
new
at.
system in eventually, and it was like they'd scan the check, and I was like, "Oh, please God, don't scan it! Please God,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
scan it!
I
Show
remember
there's
that.
nothing there."
And the check would run through the little scanner thing.
But
Yeah,
I think that
hate
was just to make sure that the account was good.
Yeah,
Wasn't
'cause-
necessarily to see if the money was there. But yeah, there
Yeah.
were times in my life where that was, please God, let us get food tonight. Please.
I'm going to answer this. Natalie says, "Just go to the store, Chris." That's untrue. That's untrue. I won't have that kind of problem. But that's the first time I've had that kind of problem in probably 6 years of buying groceries. By contrast, I've been kicked out of 3 or 4 different Walmarts for fighting with people in the stores. I can't go to the stores. I can't deal with the stupidity of people in the stores. You know, and I mean, dude, you go to the stores, everybody in there's a moron.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Everybody in the store, they're going down the wrong way on the aisles, or they stand in front of something for far too long looking at the ingredients on a ragu bottle.
Yeah, you should know what spaghetti sauce you're going
Yeah.
in for before you get to the store.
Yeah, it's just,
All right.
you should just be able to just run through it. Be done. 20 minutes in and out of the grocery store.
Someone living paycheck to paycheck probably shouldn't pay delivery fees for groceries. Maybe you're right, but
You're
at the same
probably
time, you don't see like what I see every single day. When you DoorDash, you see some weird shit. And I'm telling you, you see people that have no money.
Yeah.
Because you look at the home that they live in, they don't have a nickel. Yet they're buying DoorDash and they're getting food that costs a lot of money. I mean, they're getting sandwiches and dinners from places. I got one delivery. It was to it had to be a crack house. I mean, the windows are busted out. There's bars on the doors.
Sure.
But yet there's a Mercedes parked inside the driveway,
Right.
which is fantastic. But she ordered Arctic salmon and this and like 10 different things. No tip.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have the money to tip, but you're ordering that kind of food and you live in the kind of squalor that you live in. It doesn't make any sense, but they do it all the time.
Yeah. I will say to who's put that up there about living paycheck. There it is. To Mark, I'll only say with Walmart, it's cheap. You can pay $10 a month and get as many deliveries as you want for that $10. If you pay them up front $10 a month, you can get as many deliveries as you want, and that's all the fees you pay is just that $10. That's not nothing.
And my wife and I did the curbside pickup from Walmart the other day because we had a bunch of stuff we had to get done during the day. Didn't have time to go walk around the store and get everything that we needed, and so she just ordered stuff online. And if you spend like $50, which these days with the inflation and all that kind of stuff, $50 get you a steak and
Yeah, exactly.
can of pop.
Right.
And so, I mean, if you spend $50, it's free, no service fees for the curbside pickup. You just pull out one of their spots, you call the number, and then they walk it out to you.
Yeah.
You don't even have to walk around the store. You just get it for nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty solid there too. Yeah, I mean it is convenient, and like I said, even the delivery, because I used to do the delivery, and we would always tip real high. We still do. I mean, we still will tip. Like I'll tell you, on that one, that the 200 and whatever one, the tip we gave was $17.50. So we gave a nice tip, and don't think for a second I didn't turn it into a zero when my shit didn't get here, and all I got was the Pampers.
Yeah.
I went right on and turned that into a zero. I was like, no, you didn't deliver me nothing.
Look, there are certain jobs. Talking about tipping, there are certain jobs. We had 10 years coming up at some point today, right? I don't know.
4:45, yeah.
All right, and so 10 years, the band going to be joining us at 4:45. Tony Masaccio a little bit later. Tipping is out of control. Everybody expects a damn tip. Now, look, with what we do as our little side hustle to deliver food and crap to people, whatever it is, sometimes it is groceries. There are more times than not anymore where people just don't leave even $1 Like, again, if you have money to be dashing food to your home, especially some of these big mansions that we go to, and you don't tip $1, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. No,
Like,
there is.
But there are certain jobs that deserve a tip. There are certain jobs that don't deserve a tip. A girl that works at a ice cream store where you make your own ice cream doesn't deserve a tip for doing literally nothing.
Yeah, well, and not only that, you got to earn the tip. It's not a gratuity. It is a tip. It is a extra bit of money for doing something. You know, you got to earn it. Like I'm a notorious crazy tipper when I'm at the bar, because A, I get drunk, and B, I don't care. So so if I'm at the bar and all my friends know this about me. If my drink stays full, the girl's gonna walk out with probably like a 30 to 40% tip. I mean, I'm a big tipper at the bar, but they got to keep me well alcoholed. You know, that's what they have to do. And if they do that, I will tip like crazy. But if they don't, I'm not opposed to leaving $1 on a $300 bill if they don't do the job, because that's the job. Keep my drink full. You know, that's the whole job.
I saw somebody on Facebook the other day that said that 20% is not the normal now for tipping. That if you're going to tip at a restaurant, it should be at least 30%.
Yeah, bullshit.
Now,
For what?
you got to actually earn the tip. I mean, that's the point of the tip. Look, I'm not a cheap tipper either. I always leave what I think is appropriate, though.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you. It's gotten crazy there that it is that much. Here, did you see this guy that cussed out the lady for only giving him a $5 tip?
No.
Let me put this up. You'll laugh at this. Share screen. It's Doordash too. Maybe it was you.
Might have been.
Check this out. You'll see him. Here he comes.
Hi.
Hello.
Come here, Max. Max.
Watch this.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to say it's a nice house for a $5 tip.
You're welcome.
Fuck you.
What the hell? You know,
What?
Go ahead.
Because I do this like every single day of my life. Look, some of these houses are. I mean, we go to some houses like in Richfield and stuff like that
Yeah.
that are mansions. I mean, we went
Sure.
to a neighborhood the other day where Shaq used to live when he played for the Cavs,
Okay.
and we literally got. I don't even know if we got a tip for the delivery because it was obviously a kid of
Yeah.
some rich family that ordered the food and didn't tip anything.
Right.
One house, the guy said, "Did my daughter tip?" I said, "I don't think so. No." And he went back inside and got money.
Right.
Because but look, we're providing the service,
Yeah.
and it costs a lot of money for gas. And what people don't understand is DoorDash doesn't give you a whole lot of extra money like on
Sure.
the side. I mean, it's a couple of dollars depending on what time of day it is. You may get $2.25 for your.
But
your
$5 is a good tip on a pizza, right? I mean,
$5 is a good tip on a pizza. They
he got a pizza and that looked like a pizza and breadsticks.
Yeah. Now I saw another video the other day of a girl that was walking up with an order to the house, and
Yeah.
and she goes, rings the ring doorbell or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And she's on camera, and she goes, "Yeah, you're supposed to pay me." And she goes, "I did over the app." She says, "No, there was no tip." And she goes, "Yeah, no, I just paid over the app." And so the girl takes the food and flings it across the yard, and just walks away. And then you hear the girl yell, "Mom!" The girl flung my food across the yard, and she's like, "Why?" "Because I didn't tip." And then the video ends.
Well, you got it. I mean, and I'm pro tip guy. I am definitely pro tip guy. You know, I'm my daughter does DoorDash as her main job. So and before that she did pizza and everything else. And I did pizza back in the day. You know, I used to deliver for Domino's and Solon. So I've done that job to respect the job. this guy that we just showed here with the pretty big house for a $5 tip. Well, you still only delivered a $20 pizza.
Right. No.
I don't care if I live in a $10 billion house. It's not my job to make you wealthy doing the same job that you would be happy for a $5 tip on in another neighborhood.
I don't know if you can EBT DoorDash. I don't know.
They do. They absolutely do take EBT.
Oh, do they? I did not know that.
Yes, they do take
There's
EBT.
my answer to a lot of questions.
That's probably how That's probably how they can afford to get the stuff.
Write down addresses, then refuse for the order. You don't see those addresses before you take the order. You're taking an order kind of blind. You just kind of see where it's going, like what neighborhood it's going to.
Yeah.
And then if you don't take orders, like if you deny orders, there are plenty of orders that we get. We're looking at, man, that's a really, really bad neighborhood. But if you don't take the orders, then you have a percentage rating that goes down every time that you decline something.
Yeah.
And so, you want to call and say, all right, I don't want to decline this stuff, but you're sending me to a war zone. There's a good possibility I'm not making it out of there.
Dude, you got to just kind of let that go, though. That's a little trick DoorDash has to convince you to keep taking those shitty orders. Because I know my daughter tells me all the time her rating's like 20% or something, like it's terrible. But she just knows anywhere that she has a certain mileage versus price, and if she's not making this much money for this many miles, she's not taking it, no matter where it is. And she's at a 20%, and she bought a house.
Yeah, I talked to a guy the other day. Actually, my wife did. She was we were at Bob Evans picking up an order, and there was a bunch of. You don't know how many delivery people are out there like this, man, and it's all shapes and sizes and ages and everything else. But this guy was sitting next to her waiting for an order too. He had to be in his 60s.
Sure.
And they got into a conversation about waiting for the food and stuff. He's like, yeah, but you know what? He's like, I do this 5 days a week. I do it from 8 a.m. to like 4 or 5 o'clock at night. And he showed her his earnings from last year on his phone.
Right.
Now, he did, I think, Uber. It's not DoorDash, but he did Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, yeah.
And his earnings for last year, for just delivering food like we're doing, was $80,000 for the year.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
$80,000.
If you hustle and you know how to work the system, you can, like I said, my daughter bought a house and a car and makes her car payments and her house payments and everything from DoorDash. That's all she does. DoorDash. And she doesn't work 12 hours a day. She goes out around 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
My daughter was still in South Carolina. They took some Ubers when they got stuck on planes and stuff all over the country. And the Uber driver that they had said that just doing Uber driving, he made $115,000 or something like that last year.
What's the equivalent of a limo driver now?
That's insane. Now, I don't want my wife doing Uber driving people actually in her car, nor do I want to do it now with one leg. It's a slightly terrifying scenario when you get somebody in the back that is going to be a bad customer.
Unless you can buy the glass and put it in between, then you don't want to do it.
Right. Or you better be packing.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we should be packing sometimes, to be honest with you.
I can't believe you don't.
I mean, going to some of these neighborhoods, man, it's rough. There are some neighborhoods where we're just driving down the street and you're getting looks like, what the hell are you doing here?
Dude, I carry everywhere now. Everywhere. And I don't go very many places, but when I did, like today, I went out to the bank today, I definitely was carrying. And I live in Twinsburg. There's nothing going on in Twinsburg. I think there's been 2 shootings in 20 years. But still, I just don't trust anybody. I watch too much TikTok to see what's going on out there to let that happen to me. I just am not. If somebody tries to get into my car, they're going to catch lead. That's just the way it goes.
Some restaurants are imposing surcharges.
Yeah, that is true.
Like I went to a restaurant the other night on my birthday on Saturday night. It was a really nice restaurant, great place. Food was fantastic, and the owner was a dick. So I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, but he was just an ass.
Okay.
And, it made you never want to go back. It was really, really good food.
Wow. Okay.
But the owner was just an ass.
Okay.
And so I will never go back there again. But the waitress was stellar. And so we left a really good tip for her. To the point where she came back and said, "Hey, do you need change for that?" I said, "No."
Right.
And she was shocked that we didn't need change. And it's like, well, no, you were really good.
Yeah.
Like, you were friendly. You came over, you talked to us, you asked us how things were going. You were always there for, refill the drink or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a really good way. If you do your job, then you get tipped appropriately.
Of course.
And the restaurant shouldn't have to add surcharges or anything else to it.
Mm-hmm. Dude, back in the day before there was DoorDash, when it was just ordering pizza, when basically the only things you ordered was pizza and Chinese food, anything that we ordered would be here in 20 minutes. Because they had us marked in their systems as good tippers. So they would definitely hustle our pizza out and put everything else to the back because they knew that they'd come here and get like a $7-8 tip on a $20 pizza.
Yeah.
And that's 1,000% why I did it. It wasn't because I was generous. I'm not generous. I just wanted my food like immediately, and if that meant I had to pay a couple bucks more, and that made the drivers like me, cool, bring it. I'm game.
Dumb question. When did Seth start driving? Still kind of not driving. I mean, I have a car that has the equipment to drive. So my wife does all this DoorDash driving. I just go along to navigate and make sure there's something bad happens. I'm there.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do without a gun?
I'm going to throw a prosthetic leg at somebody. But I do my car.
Shake your finger. Hey!
Stop. Put that gun down. Quit robbing my wife now.
Knock it off, pal.
I will toss his leg at you, and it is very heavy.
That's right. It'll leave a mark.
But I do have a car that has the equipment thanks to Charlie's Auto Repair in Lakewood.
Well, that's
cool.
cool.
Have a stick that I can, accelerate and then stop with.
Right.
With my hand.
Right. Are you getting better at using it, or have you not really driven much?
I'm decent with using. I'm going to put that comment up in a second, Dick.
I see it.
But I'm getting better at using it, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. Now the issue is, so the other day I was supposed to have an hour-long meeting with my hospital to go over everything.
Sure.
And the girl called off sick. It just so happens that she called off freaking sick on a Friday before a long holiday weekend.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure she was really ill. And now they've called to schedule another appointment with me. So I keep having to wait month after month for this stupid crap.
Right.
Why is Billy Moore so damn good looking?
I don't think he is he?
You don't think? I don't think he is.
His wife is.
His wife is extremely good looking.
But Billy, no.
Billy, not so much. Billy thanks the Lucky Stars that he knows how to play a freaking guitar every day of his life.
Yeah. Billy, there's people that marry up, and then there's Billy that took a rocket to marry as far up as he did.
Not only that, I mean, she's like a successful businesswoman and everything else.
Yeah. Plus, she does all his yard. I saw pictures of over the weekend or over the holiday. She's out there digging up and building planters and stuff around the house, and Billy's sitting in a chair asleep.
And he's got the life.
Yeah, he has got the life.
He doesn't have to take our calls because he doesn't like doing that. So, he's literally got nothing to do.
We probably ought to just call Leah.
Yeah. We can have her on the show.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well,
All right. Let's take a quick break and then we'll get to our guest.
All right. Sounds great.
Quick break. 10 years. Joining us in just a few. Hang on.
Coming up in a few.
Hey, it's Seth. And I appreciate you watching today. And you can make a difference. For just $4.99 a month, you can help save someone's life today. It really does count. Every dollar matters. And you can change someone's life. Not these ridiculous dogs. Those are actor dogs. I'm talking about myself and Chris Aiken. I can barely afford a shave and a haircut or sleeves on a shirt sometimes. We could use your assistance today. Just go to the Odyssey app. Go to the Odyssey website. ODYSEE. Just $4.99 a month can change the world for someone today. Myself and Chris Aiken. We'll give you extra content. We'll give you bonus footage. We'll give you new episodes. Subscribe to the Odyssey channel today. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Don Doc, and when I'm feeling nostalgic, I always go to Pinball PA. You gotta go check it out, it's a lot of fun.
Stop what you're doing and start making memories at Pinball PA, located at 2284 Broadhead Road, Suite 10B in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. We have over 420 video games and pinball machines to play, and all games are set to free play, so no quarters or tokens are needed. Pinball PA is open 6 days a week, and is the best and most affordable entertainment spot in all of Western Pennsylvania. Check out our website at www.pinballpa.com for more details. Come visit Pinball PA today. Initials up.
Aaron Tees and Signs has become your complete one-stop sign shop. Call Jimmy at 216-299-9344. Their friendly and professional staff can and will help you build your company brand and identity from start to finish. One stop means you get a complete package from one location. Custom logo design, vehicle graphics, banners, t-shirts, storefront marquees, and so much more. Aaron Tees and Signs, 4883 Turney Road. Call us at 216-299-9344.